Michael Savage. Afternoons 3 to 7 on Talk 910 KNEW and online at 910KNEW.com.
Warning. The Michael Savage Show contains adult language, adult content, psychological nudity. Listener discretion is advised.
And now, America's most exciting radio talk show, The Savage Nation. Here is Michael Savage. Listening to an encore segment of Michael Savage.
Normally, I don't usually take a long vacation in there. I take a week. But you know, this year I am so burned out. I'm so tired from it all. I'm thinking of just I don't know where to go, though. I maybe Fiji again. Taveuni, I'm thinking of going back because I was there from 69 off and on for many, many years collecting plants, long before Fiji became a real tourist destination. I was there when it was still a colony. God, I'm getting old. I can't believe I got off the ship, the Oriana, in June of 1969, I think, or September of 1969. And the Fiji was still a colony. I can't believe it. It was the last year of being a British colony. What year is this? It's like, what is going on, Ichabod Crane? My God. That's like a lifetime, you know? By cracky, I'm like Methuselah here on the radio. I don't know if I want to go back because I think that there won't even be a country I'll recognize at all down there. And it's, you know, it's a big tourist destination now. It's like a Hawaii, like a would-be Hawaii. They take brave, bold, muscular men who should be hunting and have them serve drinks to weaklings from America and Australia. There's something that nauseates me about that, to see muscular Fijian men with a flower in their hair serving a drink to a weakling from Australia or America, sitting with a pasty body by the pool. Something about it in me rebels against it. I don't know what it is. I mean, I'm a Westerner. I understand. I'm not a big muscular guy. But I don't know. There's something in me. There's still a part of me that doesn't like it. When they say, you know, Nisambula, and the guy crouches down to give some warthog a Mai Tai. There's something wrong with that picture. It's like white mischief to me. Oh, boy. That's the problem with having a kaleidoscopic mind. It's also the problem with being a logical mind. See, the problem with Western civilization is this, is that when you have reason, there's always a counterpoint to your reason. So people who don't have reason will always win. And that's why we're losing, because the radical Islamists don't have reason. They say, this is the way, anyone who disagrees with it is an infidel, you're going to die. We say, won't you reason with us? They don't even know what you're talking about because there's no reason in their thought structure. And that's why we're going to lose unless we become more unreasonable than them. Iran is the nest, is the spider's nest behind it all. Everybody knows that. But it won't happen. I'm only a talk show host, so it doesn't matter anyway. So that's why I say it's time to go away. Some days I get up, you know what I want to do? I want to leave radio, disappear, change my name, move to an island somewhere, and never be heard from again. Turn off the radio, turn off the television, and never, ever look at the news. And say, well, you know, when I'm an old man, if someone comes here with a headscarf and a scimitar, I'll know that we lost. And when I'm a very old man, if someone doesn't come here with a headscarf and a scimitar, I'll know that we won. Until that time, leave me alone. I'd rather drink Yangona, you know, and beer, and that's the end of the story. Go out like Robinson Crusoe. Not worry about going to a dermatologist every time I get a scab on my head. I never heard of anything like the society I live in. Every time, oh, look at that, I was in the sun, I got a scab. They cut you open on the head because you got a little scab. Everything you're supposed to go to the doctor for. There's a lot to be said for just getting old and dying, you know, also. I could see why a lot of the old-timers went out that way. They did. They didn't like the whole scene. You're going to get butchered in the end. All they do is cut you up and leave you like a hamburger and take out a couple of $100,000 from your family, from the 20% that your insurance doesn't cover. I went to the doctor the other day. He says to me, what kind of country do we live in? That Russians come here, They have to only wait 5 years. He said they get gold-plated medical treatment, unlike anything Uncle Joe Stalin promised them in Russia. He said while union workers in this country, average workers in this country, can't get their teeth fixed, can't get a prescription drug filled, he said, what kind of country do we live in? I won't tell you the doctor's name, but he's an American. I said, welcome to America where the streets are paved with yoles. KNEW, San Francisco, Anthony. Next topic, please.
Cook Islands. That's where you want to go.
I was in the Cook Islands. I was in Palmyra. I was in the Cook Islands. So how long has it been since you've been there?
I go there. Try to go there every year.
Where do you go? What part of the Cooks do you go to?
I go to Aitutaki. Attu is where my wife's from. There's only about 400 people on that island. And Rarotonga.
Have you ever been to Palmyra?
No, I haven't.
Oh, my God. Well, look, they're pretty remote, those islands. People don't even know what remote is until they've set foot in one of those atolls where there's an entire community of individuals who have been living there since God created the earth. It's hard to imagine what it's like. Even though they're westernized to a certain extent, you can still get the vibe off the ancient, can't you?
Yeah. Oh, the caves there in Attu, it's incredible there. I would suggest revisiting that place again because it hasn't changed much.
Yeah, well, you know, in Rarotonga, when I first went there, what's the dance that they do where the women shake their bodies and they go, what's that called?
Asian. My wife's an actual dancer, too.
It's pretty amazing, isn't it? An amazing culture. So where did you meet your wife?
I met her here in Marin County, unfortunately.
I'm sorry, that's funny. What, she came as a dancer and you stole her heart?
No, it's a longer story than that. I'm sure you don't have time for it all, but we hooked up in a great way, and I just couldn't let her go. And
isn't that beautiful? That's a beautiful story. So do you have children yet?
Yeah, I have one named Rakanui and another one Giovanni. I just had another second son.
And where are you raising the children, Anthony?
I'm doing my best to raise them in Marin County. I've been here my whole life. I went through all the Democratic stuff. My father's very politically active here. He was a Marin County supervisor for 25 years and made a lot of big changes for the right reasons here. But I'll tell you, man, it's hard to survive over here with all these bumper stickers.
It's frightening. No, the county has been completely mentally polluted by Barbara Boxer. She has warped the mind of Marin County. This used to be a Republican conservative stronghold, this county across the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. But since she came out, she spread the virus of liberalism, and it's now metastasized.
Of course. You know, there was a time where...
Well, wait, hold on a minute. But raising the children, this is a very important question, Anthony. Let me go into it with you because it applies to all people who love America, across America, young people who are having children who are bewildered. You can raise a child the right way, even in a liberal community, and you don't have to become fanatically religious to do so either. There is a way to do it. You know, you can survive, you can swim with these comedians and still turn out a child of substance.
And I have, and I plan on raising them the right way.
Well, look, let me explain two things from my point of view, and I'm certainly you're a strong man, obviously, who's going to do it your way. If you teach your children the culture of your own culture, it's probably a European-American heritage, I would assume, and then the culture of your wife, of Pacific Islander, and you teach them the essence of what that means, borders, language, and culture, and how those people survive for thousands of years on their own, with their own language, with their own culture, with their own borders, meaning the borders of their island, and how that applies to America, your child will find his way or her way in this country at the end of the day.
The reasons that we make sure we all go back there, so they're linked to that culture as well. I think it's so important.
Well, you're a lucky man. Obviously, you have a strength of mind, and that's why your children will turn out fine. Now, you're going to send them to Redwood High School?
Well, I went to Drake, so they'll probably end up at Drake.
Guess what? You can send your child to a very liberal school where drugs are rampant, and they could come out without having used drugs and still have a spine. It can be done.